History is broken. All recorded knowledge more than 300 years old has been corrupted. The Starfinder Society is recruiting outsiders to unravel the mysteries of what happened. Unlikely heroes must learn to work together to stay alive, where technology and magic exist together among the stars. Dead Sundays, most Sundays at 7 p.m. Only on twitch.tv/Logar the Ogar. The past haunts us all.
All right. We fucking did it. We did it. We fucking did it. We won. We beat. You guys saw that, right? When we beat Starfinder? We found we found the stars, cataloged all of them. Yeah, really. All right, you guys weren't saying anything cool. Now you guys are saying cool. I had accidentally muted you on the stream. I'm very sorry. Let's you guys want to take that from the top?
Yeah, sure.
All right, hold on. All right, we did it. Did you guys see that? When we beat Starfinder?
It's done.
Yeah, we found the stars.
We found them,
Paizo.
cataloged them.
Where you at, Paizo? Give us a challenge.
Yeah, man. Too easy.
I found the path and I found the stars. What's next?
My character looks up. Yay.
Me too. I'm gonna take 20 on that. Take 20 on that.
Vests actually, they can't look up. They're like dogs. They cannot look directly up.
Is that true?
No, dogs can look directly up.
Okay,
I know.
thank
I've
you.
seen my
Thank
dogs
you.
do it and then jump and grab stuff.
But there is
Okay.
a place in a man's head that if you shoot it, it will blow up.
Well, that's that. I mean, that's just science. Nobody's arguing with that.
Yeah,
You can't argue with the facts.
And like it's the same size as when you're a baby. That's why they say not to touch babies' heads because babies will just turn off if you hit them there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You accidentally hit the off button on the baby.
Yeah.
Do I have? Hold on, I gotta get.
That's why I
some,
don't have kids, because now I want to know where the off button is. So if I ever find one crying, just like, nope.
Well, how dark do you want to get?
You turn it back on, right? It's problem solved.
Logan, your hair is doing. Are you sitting in front of a fan?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
If I don't, I will sweat to death.
Because I thought you were maybe GMing like from the back of a motorcycle or something.
No, dude, I'm in space. Can't you see? I got the windows open. I got the windows in the X-wing open. Yeah.
Let me switch my.
All right, I think I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. You guys ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
You ready to go? I can be ready to go. All right. So, in lieu of a hit clip, I'm just going to give you a recap of what we did 2 weeks ago. That way we can do it in 5 minutes, and that way you guys can have a recap too, and we don't have to watch a 20-minute video, which are still available if you want to watch them. So the last thing that you guys ended with the four of you in the bridge of the spaceship. All of the consoles were blinking red, and you had locked yourselves out of the security systems for 6 hours.
Right.
You also thought to yourself, you know what, how long would it take us to power down the starship completely and then repower it and get full systems back online? And you did the math, and that would take about 6 hours. You found several Akata, which are gigantic, not gigantic, very large void tendril puppies. They hide in cocoons of star metal, and then they pop out and try to eat you. Up until this point, you've been walking around in no atmosphere, but now that you have successfully cycled it through the ship before you locked yourselves out, you can breathe normally, walk around normally, no big deal. Along the way, you found, in this area right here, you found the box that the Undead Ambassador had asked you to find.
Mm-hmm.
you have found 3 Space Goblins. One was dead, and the other 2 had barricaded themselves in the crew quarters because they couldn't kill the Void Dogs. And I think the last thing that you guys did, you fought yourselves into this room, you killed those Akata, you sealed all the doors, you repressurized the ship, you opened all the doors, sucked everything out, closed the doors, and repressurized the ship. And then you locked yourselves out. That was the last thing that happened. The whole point of you guys coming here was on the behest of an Eoxian noble in Absalom Station, who had asked that you guys come and be independent investigators of what's going on with this starship. The starship is currently in the middle of a legal battle over who owns it. It showed up back around Absalom Station with no crew, towing the drift rock, and there was a fight between the Hard Scrabble Collective, which is a group of miners that has no real like power structure. They're just like a whole bunch of boys that hang out, and the company Astral Extractions, which is a very corporate deep space mining business conglomerate. The way to the ship was stopped when you flew past the Armada, and an Eoxian bone ship detached from whatever it was sitting on and tried to kill you guys. You guys somehow managed to take the souped-up shuttle that Absalom Station had let you borrow, fly your way around it, do a bunch of circles. One of you did a backflip, a couple barrel rolls, you shot a gun, and you managed to disable the interceptor, and it broke in half and just kind of floated off into space.
Yeah.
So now you guys are at the bridge of the ship. Everything's back on. You are unfortunately locked out of the console command in the bridge, but everything else should work normally. And you all just had a cookie.
That's true. We did have cookies.
Everybody had a cookie, except for Shepard, because he can't eat.
Kind of want to just shove a cookie like at his vocal processor. He just smashed against his face.
If you tried, he would have just sort of done one of these. So, what do you guys want to do?
Oh, it sounds like mission accomplished. I think we're good, right?
So
yeah,
your mission was to investigate the Acreon. The Acreon? Is that what this is?
Yeah, we're on the Acreon. Yep.
You're on the Acreon. Thank you, player, for remembering the place that I'm supposed to be describing to you.
I got you. Also, you gave us 3 tons of star metal last time.
Not tons, but you got 3 bulk out of it, so that's worth like a bunch of money. You were tasked with finding out what happened to the Acreon's crew, and you haven't found any crew members. Remember, the ship came back, and nobody was on it. And as far as you've seen, you guys checked every room. There's nobody else here.
Yeah, the goblins said as much too, that they got here, and
We gonna trust goblins now?
But we should look out the windows. We did just vent the entire ship.
yeah.
Do ships have windows?
So,
Ships only have windows in the. I'm going to say that ships only have windows in the front.
Okay, cool. Then we wouldn't be able to see them there.
You could look out the
Ships
front,
don't have windows.
but even still, I mean, the ship has been out in quarantine for a lot longer than bodies would stick around if they were ejected from the airlock.
They'd be gone by
but
this
when
point.
it showed up, there were no people on it.
Then we're locked out of the computer, so we can't pull the logs because we got locked out trying to pull the logs.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Well, should we check the box while we have an opportunity, or do we want to talk to the goblins?
let's check the box. I don't want.
Yeah, let's check the box first. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stinky, smelly.
Wow, rude.
All right, I'm gonna walk to the box.
Walk into the box. Box walking.
It's in the box.
What's in the box? All right, let me flip back to the page with the box on it. Okay. the box.
Sure hope there's no.
There's also a shipping container approximately 8 feet square. 8 feet square, so it's a big square container addressed to the Undead Ambassador on Absalom Station.
Well, that's the box we want to look in.
So I'm gonna say that it is a. It's a big metal box with something in it. You'd have to open it to find out.
Shepard, can you lie, or are you gonna just be able to? Are you unable to not tell someone what we're about to do?
Shepard says, "I am owned by the Starfinder Corporation. If your Starfinder wants me to lie, I'll lie."
Excellent.
That's great news.
Don't tell anyone what we just did. Well, don't tell anyone about anything in here. Anything you're about to see, just forget it.
You got it, friend Paxturo.
Shepard. Well, Zib, do you want to pop the box?
Yeah, alright. Fuck it. I mean, what are we saying, Space? Do we say fuck it?
We say buckets.
Space. I think you say space fucking.
Space bucket.
Space fuck it. Yes.
Fuck it.
I rolled to open the box.
So one thing we
out.
haven't talked about, and I just looked up, is the idea of taking your time while you do something. You can take 10 or take 20 to do something. So you would have to make an engineering check to open this box, but if you wanted to take 10 or 20, you could do that. Without
I mean, we
rolling.
got time to kill, so I might as well take 20.
So if you were going to take 20 on opening this box, it would take about 2 full minutes. Not any time at all because you're not under duress. Okay.
We got 6 hours to kill. Take a 20.
All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and assume that you guys have enough engineering skill between the 4 of you to hit a 20.
Does naturally anyway.
Zib didn't even need to take 20. Zib gave themselves 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zib just button.
I like to be comfortable.
So inside the metal box, you pop the locks off and you slide the top metal plating off, and it clangs onto the floor, which you can hear now because there's air, and a sort of like mist starts to come out of it, and you wave your hand over it as you look in, and you see a glass box with what looks like an Eoxian in it.
I got some seasonal spookiness in this episode.
Yeah.
They put a lot of dry ice in here for some reason.
Yeah. And
fog
and you see the Eoxian move their head and look at you.
You're just dreaming. Put the box back on. Put the top back on, Zib. Put it back on.
And she starts tapping the glass.
Did anyone? Nobody hears anything, right? I don't hear anything. Let's just go. Let's leave this. I'm walking.
Everybody, please make a culture check. Wait, hold on. Is Pax afraid of skeletons? Did we just accidentally find out that Pax is actually afraid of the undead because he just doesn't understand them?
Maybe. That wasn't planned, but that might be what it is now.
Pax, go ahead and make a okay. Zib Beverage.
My roll 20 is broken.
As your compatriots are looking over the box and sort of arguing about whether or not they should put the lid back on the box, you realize that the uniform they're wearing denotes them as a commander of the Corpse Fleet. The Corpse Fleet is a sect of the Eoxian military that was exiled, but isn't necessarily in exile.
What? Are you saying it's the Corpse Corps?
The Corpse Corps.
The Corpse Corps. No, they're They're
Is she the corporal of the corpse corps?
no, she's the commander of the corpse fleet. She's a corp of the corp corp.
Corp, corp, corp.
Corp, 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 corp. Oh, and as you're realizing this, you see them start to move around and push open the coffin that they're in. And they start to get up and get out of the coffin.
Hey, hi.
And they sit up, and they look at you guys, and they kind of take, they give it one of these. Because what we talked about last time, you guys all know, Eoxians don't need to breathe, or eat, or sleep, or have sunlight. Yep. So while they're probably stiff, and this is just a reaction to, or probably not stiff, and this is just a reaction to, them being in a confined space for so long, they sit up and they kind of do a stretch. And she looks at you guys and she says, what's up, bros?
Who are you?
Are we on Epsilon Station?
Who are you?
So, no, Commander, we're not. We got a little, snafu of sorts. Gotta fill you in on.
You guys don't know who I am? You
no,
guys.
As I said, I'm asking who are you?
Okay, I'm Ibiza Escalar, and I was in this box.
Ibiza Escalar?
Okay. I will type it in Roll20. Ibiza.
Thank you.
Ibiza.
Ibiza.
Yeah, where's the ambassador?
Oh, that's great. So, ambassador sent us because some bad news about the old spaceship that we're on is that it's been in quarantine for a little bit. Hello, oopsie. So, you're a little late.
All right. So where are we?
I'm not really good with directions. Where are we again? We're just sort of in quarantine and
we're in orbit around the drift rock right now.
And how far from Epsilon Station? Where I was supposed to go.
Couple hours.
Couple hours. Sick. Okay, well, if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna get back in this box because it was locked.
You're gonna go back.
If you find a locked box, probably shouldn't open it.
We wanted to make sure that whatever was in it was safe. So
fair.
Yeah, we have
fair. Right.
There's a situation with these.
Totally understandable. Totally cool. Listen, you're gonna do me a solid. I'm gonna get back in this box. You're gonna put the lid on the box and lock it, and we never met.
I think that's great.
Sounds good enough.
Like
I think that's
perfect.
Oh, yeah. Sick. Awesome. You guys rule. Yeah, dude. All right. And then she folds herself up and hits her a couple buttons, and the glass coffin closes, and a little bit more smoke comes out for effect. And if you like, you can put the lid back on the box and be on your way.
Probably should have asked her about the crew, but all right.
No, we're just gonna
She's back in the box. I mean, you can wake her up again if you want.
Yeah,
She's a box person. Like, she doesn't know anything.
Yeah, I guess she's been in the box the whole time.
Should we put something on top of the box?
Yeah, I just go put like a mattress on top of the box.
So you put the lid on the box, and then you put a mattress on top of the lid of the box.
Yeah.
So,
And then yeah.
what effect? What was your plan? So it can't.
Just in case anybody else shows up.
And they'll be like, "Oh, I won't go in that box. It's got a mattress on it. Clearly, it's not for me."
It's a bed.
So if anybody else shows up on the derelict spacecraft,
If you see a strange mattress on the street, you're not lifting it up to see what's underneath.
No, that's fair.
Plan.
That's fair. But if I'm investigating a derelict spaceship and a mattress is on top of a box, I'm going to be like, "Oh, I'm going to move this mattress to get into this box because there's probably treasure in there."
Fair. We'll
Yeah,
shoot. You'll shoot someone who does that. So
Yeah, listen. Pernicious has got it right. You don't touch a mattress on the street. That's how you get bed bugs. But you can touch a mattress in space. It's fine.
There's atmosphere now. Bed bugs can exist there. There's bugs all over the ship.
No. You sucked them out.
That's
Remember?
True. Yeah.
Yeah, but someone would have to see the logs to know that, and the computer is locked out for another 5 hours and 40 minutes.
That sucks for you guys. Man, should have been better. Okay, so you guys have found the box that you were looking for. You have found... I'm sorry, not found. You sent a message back to Grevelask Nor, who is the ambassador that sent you out there to here in the first place. He wanted you to investigate everything. Also, as like a little favor, he wanted you to find the box. You found the box. Before you went and looked at it, you had sent him a message. Horatio, you have a reply message on your email.
Oh, what is it? What does it say?
It's from the ambassador. He says, "That's wonderful news. Great work. I'm very sorry about the hippocampus. You'll have to find another way back."
What?
I didn't know. Yeah.
I'm gonna reply. I'm gonna reply. Can you please elaborate? Regards.
Is he just going to send us like?
He might. Who knows?
What happened to our ship?
So you guys, while you're sitting there, like, what happened to our ship? You guys hear a lot of banging and clattering coming from this area, which is where the goblins were.
I'm gonna fucking kill them. So I space fucking kill them.
Why? Why?
I think we should go check on our guests.
And you as you get closer, you start to hear them like yelling and screaming to be let out.
Hey, were there any other passengers on the ship when you got here?
No, it was just the three of us. Well, originally it was the four of us, and then he went too far, and then we got in here, and then people got killed, and then me and him, we've been in here the whole time. So I don't think so.
We've taken care of the infestation.
Are you sure?
I mean, we blew the airlocks and depressurized the ship.
Oh yeah.
And then we've done a pretty thorough sweep of the small vessel, and it looks pretty clean.
Sick. All right, nice. Awesome, nice. All right, could you guys help us move this stuff, and we can get out of this?
What's in it for us?
So they've put like beds and end tables and things in front of the door and have sort of jammed the door shut. With a
that's why putting a mattress on top of a box is like a pretty solid idea. They have a bed frame that's propped up against here. They can't get out.
Space mattress. It's that heavy foam shit.
It's a space mattress. Yeah,
it's a purple mattress.
It's a purple mattress that comes in a box this big, and then they send it up there and it re-atmospheres. What the fuck is it called? Repressurizes.
Absolutely.
I think it's time to thank our sponsor.
Dead Sunday is
sponsor of this. Take purple mattresses for our actual play podcast.
We ship them anywhere, even to space. All right. So, do you guys want to help them get out? You don't have to like roll or anything. You just have to physically help them. You just have to say yes or no. Guys, come on, let us out. We'll help you. Look, we'll stick with you. And then we'll all get to hang out, and then we'll all figure out how to get home together. Neither one of us are really vested in this anymore. It kind of didn't go that well.
Can I sense motive? I guess.
Sure. Absolutely.
You can stay uninvested in your little locker.
He wants to come out. He doesn't seem like he's trying to trick you. He generally seems like if you guys want to team up, he's down to clown.
What do you guys think?
I don't know.
I think the 3 people who we don't know, or 2 people we don't know, that might have known what happened on the ship before we were here. It's not worth it. They haven't given us a good reason to let them out.
Come on!
Plus, they're annoying.
Yeah.
Also, what happened to our ship?
What?
Also,
Have you gotten a text back yet?
You check your phone. You have not received anything back. Also, remember that it takes a bit of time
Yeah.
for the message to actually go all the way to be received, respond, and then go all the way back.
Did we just go like check our parking? Like, did we get towed?
just peek out the back.
You guys can do that.
Okay. Yeah, I go do that.
Hold on a sec. I have to go look at it. I have to go validate my parking.
I'm gonna stay up here
You
while
guys
they
are
go
going back,
validate their
right?
parking. I'm gonna keep an eye on the goblins.
Just going to get a crowbar. I get it.
Yes, that's it.
So
can
who
do
is
it.
walking
Crowbar.
to the back?
Zib,
I will also I'll also go to the rear of the ship with Zeb.
Okay. So you guys are going to the aft airlock where you came through.
I'm like, Taka, Zeb, do you trust those guys?
And Shepard and Pax are just sort of hanging out in front of where the goblins are. I can't find my dice, so if you'll excuse me for 1 second so I can find my dice.
Why don't you roll it on the roll 20 where we
Because
can
if I
see
have
it?
to lie to save you, I don't want everybody to see it.
Man, I ain't never lie.
You
For
can
my
fudge
die
dice
rolls.
rolls with roll 20.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna do it right
Everybody
now.
podcast my ass.
DF, die fudge. I rolled a 1.
What? How the hell did you do that? Listen. Here's the thing. I like rolling physical die because all of my numbers are in this book, and none of the numbers are on the computer. All your guys' numbers are on the computer. Why the hell did I get the dice?
You were gonna roll to save us?
So, Zib and Horatio, you guys walk up to the airlock, and out of the back of the airlock, you can see. So it has like the one door, and then the airlock chamber, and then another door. You remember that your ships went butt to butt, and extended airplane hallway thing connected so that you guys could walk through. What has remained is or what is left is the tattered remains of the Amprion's extended hallway. It looks like something happened to it, and the ship is
shot it
gone.
off? They shot it off? Okay.
No. Why don't you make a why don't the both of you make a physical science roll?
No, that's not gonna be great.
Horatio.
I have like 9 ranks in physical science also,
Yeah.
and I couldn't.
Can they take 20 minutes?
You know what? They
Yeah.
can take 10. Actually, right? Like to just do a knowledge check, you can take 10. Taking 10 is a much bigger part of the Paizo rule set than it is in like D&D. And I forgot that's why a lot of the DCs seem so high in the beginning is because it's assumed you're going to take 10.
Yeah.
So Horatio, you look out the window and you realize that when you cycled the air, and then blew everything out, when you blew it out, it blew apart the extendable walkway from all the pressure inside of it. It just ripped it to shreds.
Didn't think that one through, huh?
And the ship is gone. Also, out the window, now that you're actually looking out the back of the ship, you can see the drift rock. It is being towed behind the Acreon on these gigantic cables that are buried into the surface of the asteroid.
Oh no.
Oh, Horatio, you got an email.
Look if there's anything on the cables. Like more bugs.
Horatio, you open your email and it's from Ambassador Noor again, and it says, "I'm very sorry. but there was a contingency that the Absalom Station security police people didn't let me know about, which was that the ship is ever in danger, it immediately goes back to the station. Because of what happened to... And you surmised that because of what happened to the airlock system, it detected that it was in danger and it autopiloted back.
The autopilot didn't do that when we shot it? It was nuts.
Because it was specifically set to do that once it got out here, because at the first sign of any danger from this derelict ship, if something was wrong because it had been quarantined, it was set to leave immediately.
Base fuck.
I hate when the programmers are good and know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zib, behind you, on this wall right here, and also Horatio, behind you on this wall right here, you notice two sets of equipment stations, and the stations have boot clamps and carabiner hooks and wires to attach to yourself. So while you guys are processing that, let's go back to Pax Zero and Shepard. Pax, how are you making out with the goblins?
I'm not making out with the goblins. That's gross. I'm just making sure to keep them in there.
No, nobody wants you out here.
Come on. And he's got like one arm out the door, like a cat who wants to play in the other room, and he's just like wiggling around like, come on. You can't leave us here. I promise.
I can't even smack at it. Like, I have natural claws. It's not gonna work. Shit. I just hold the door closed while he's doing that.
Look, we don't have any reason to trust you. You came here to take the Acreon, and now you're locked in a closet. If you get out, we don't know what you're gonna do.
Hold on. Time out. We didn't come here to take the Acreon. That's ridiculous.
Do you find it strange that we're two sets of aliens using words like timeout?
Like
so first off,
knowing what a menu is.
Aliens. We are we live here. This is our system. We trace our heritage back to Galarian, and you're from an entirely different system. So maybe you should get out of my spaceship. No, I'm sorry.
I'm still focused on the fact that we know what timeout is, but in any case.
Yeah, I mean, it's when you're playing sports murder ball, and you need to take a timeout.
Because Zach Morris was the first man in space in this universe.
that's how everyone made contact with everyone else. Is Saved by the Bell finally made it out here?
Saved by the Bell, the signal for Saved by the Bell finally made it to an alien civilization, and we're like, this is the thing we have to go check out.
God, that would have made Galaxy Quest a much different movie.
Yes, it would have.
Yeah.
Look, if you can give us a reason to let you out, I can discuss it with the others.
Okay.
But until we have a good reason to let you out, why would I?
Number one reason to let us out. Okay. One good reason. All right. And you can hear them whispering, like trying to figure out like what's the best thing that they could say. And he like puts his hand back out and he goes, okay, what? We promise to kill everything but you guys. Or at least help.
That. How about you only kill what we tell you to kill?
It also works. I love that. Actually, that's great.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, if you could just kind of like let us follow behind you and mend any broken equipment and just let us check out your stuff and, you know, just kind of like be along for the ride, that'd be great.
Okay. What else?
We're really good at most things.
You just have a approximate knowledge of many things.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your shoes.
They're kind of connected to the whole thing. And you remember from seeing the other Space Goblin that they were basically in like a stitched together onesie uniform with a giant retro space age glass helmet on their head.
Oh, okay.
I love the fact that they like took a single jumpsuit, cut it in half, and then turned it into their own jumpsuits. So who's the pants? Do they use it to sneak into movie theaters?
Yeah, we see all the HoloVids 3-for-1 this way.
Well, then in that case, give me your helmet.
Okay, but what if I need it back?
And I'll give it to you.
Okay. It's kind of weird, but all right. And you hear like the sound of like him unclicking his helmet, and he goes, so it's like technically I can't give you the helmet unless you let me out. It won't fit. It won't fit.
I can open the door a little bit, and you can hand me the helmet.
Okay, I'm just saying I'm as big as the helmet, so if you open the door, you could have just let me out, but it's fine. I'll give you the helmet as goodwill. And I'll give you his helmet too.
Okay. Give me the helmets.
Okay, I might say that this transaction has gone on a little too long, but okay, here's the helmets.
That's fine.
And he's just like standing there in front of you, and the other one's behind him, and he's just like, okay.
Okay.
And I close the door. Okay, we can cut back to the other side. Well, yeah, but now we can. If we have to space the place again, or they try and vent the atmosphere, they'd kill themselves. So,
fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
What one less concern. And I'm not gonna go two. I'm not gonna go 2-on-2 with these goblins.
Okay, so renal failure is right. Every sentient being understands what a timeout means. I mean, it's space.
I'm assuming like there's a common there's like it's like a saying, like colloquialisms.
Yeah,
like it's like a polyglot of
except wouldn't that could be pause. Like timeout is specifically human sports related.
Yeah.
But again, like I like to think that like common is the Absalom station, like polyglot of a whole bunch of different languages smashed together.
Oh yeah,
they probably do speak in like colloquialisms that make sense to everybody. So if fun ball is like the popular sport on Absalom Station, then that's like a thing that existed. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Like it's less likely we all count in base 10, but that's not worth getting.
Jerry Rice of fun ball.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice of fun ball. Chrono.
So we'll say this right now. In every language, in every sentient language in Starfinder, there is some sort of translation for timeout, because it is one of the fundamental laws of the universe that if you were to stop time, everything would stop. Take time out, time stops. There you go. Done.
Wow.
Zib and Horatio are sitting at the back of the spaceship, staring out the airlock at the tattered remains of their extendable walkway, surrounded by climbing gear and giant cables leading to a floating asteroid.
You want to go walk on an asteroid?
No.
I don't know. Could be more dogs down there.
It's really not my forte. You know, at the Arcology, at the Pratt Institute of Technology in the Arcanumerium, I just kind of like to sit and read about these things, but I never was formally trained in doing spacewalks. So,
all right, well,
I can get you guys suited up. I can help you fix things, but that's I don't think I have the constitution for a 0G spacewalk. Yeah.
Or more content for me to create then.
Yeah.
Back
I started
at,
suiting up, I guess.
okay, back at just more content for Zip Beverage. Back at the Goblin Station, Shepard says, "Friend Paxtoro, we should probably rejoin our friends at the back of the ship."
Okay. Is this locked, though? Just make sure the goblins can't get out.
Can you move closer to your microphone when you do that?
I'm sorry.
Why is it so low? It's you know why it's low?
I
I know why it's low. Hold on.
Is it me? Do I need to
No,
turn
it's
myself
me.
up or speak louder?
Yeah, you should probably turn your PAX voice up a little bit.
All right.
Sorry about that. I could be a little bit louder.
There you go.
Anyway, as long as it's locked, we can go to the back.
It's as locked as it's gonna be.
That's not very...
Well, it was broken in the first place, and the whole reason that they got stuck in there was because everything moved around after the airlocks were cycled, and now they can't get out.
All right, that works. Let's go to the back.
Okay. So, Pax and Shepard arrive at the back. Pax and Shepard both look out the back door, and they see the tattered remains of the extendable walkway, and they also see Zib Beverage suiting themselves up by putting some clamps on their boots and hooking themselves up with some climbing gear.
Zib, what are you doing?
I'm gonna go to the big rock.
There are a lot of are there a lot of purple space dogs down there?
Not that I can see yet.
But
You look out the window at the rock, and the rock, the cables lead to the rock, and at the where they're dug into the asteroid, you can see two signal lamps that are just kind of stuck into the rock. Hey! Getting a raid! Hello! Hello, everybody! Guys, time out. Hello, everybody. Thank you, Lita, for the raid. I was watching Lita play Metroid Dread for the past 2 days.
Hey, Lita.
We're all having a great time. So thank you all for joining us. We are playing a role-playing game called Starfinder. We play it mostly every Sunday. The team is currently on a derelict space station, or a derelict spaceship. They are trying to find out what happened to the crew who has disappeared. They have decided not to team up with the goblins. They have defeated the dimensionless void dogs that have tried to kill them on the ship, and they are currently trying to figure out how to get to the asteroid that's being towed by the spaceship itself. And you're caught up. All right, so
Yeah, our ride back is gone.
correct.
Kind of,
And they took a spaceship
yeah.
here, but unfortunately, because the
Through
spaceship
no fault of our own.
through no fault
Yeah.
of their own, the spaceship
It's a
took a
completely
little
random
bit of damage after the fight they got in, which caused it to return back to its station. So they are now also stranded on a ship in quarantine with a disappeared crew and a big weird rock behind it.
That we locked ourselves out of by trying to guess the password.
And they're also locked out of the security systems for 6 hours. Correct.
Anyway, you were saying signal lamps?
Yes, so there are cables shooting out of the back of the ship that, once they're buried into the rock, you can see two glowing fluorescent lights denoting that that's where they're hooked onto. So you can see where the cables end, really, because it does get kind of dark over there, but you can see where you're headed.
Zib, we have 2 people who want to show us that they're useful. Shouldn't we send them ahead?
Okay, so like, this isn't gonna make sense to you, and I'm not saying that in a way to sort of like insinuate or insult your intelligence, but the deal with social media is that you always have to be posting. If you stop posting, you lose followers. So I don't want to post anything that's gonna get me in trouble with my new also exoskeleton buddies. You know, any sort of confidential information I don't want to get out there. So I'm gonna get like some cool action shots of flying through space at this big rock that I can post. And you know, if we send the goblins to, you know, die in space too, then that's fine. But I'm definitely going.
Right.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's the kind of logic I can't argue with because I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And I put on the glass helmet.
The goblin helmet?
I still hang back in the...
No, the goblin helmet does not fit.
It is a stupid looking glass hat then.
Yeah, perfect. Horatio, you were saying something?
I'm still hanging back. Like I will monitor them, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you guys can communicate in short form radio if you like.
Okay.
Horatio, if you stay there, you can watch them go. But if Pax, Zib, and Shepard are going to go, they're going to get suited up and they're going to try to spacewalk from the ship to the asteroid.
Okay.
Great.
So
I make sure that my like data pad camera thing is like GoPro strapped to me.
yeah, we'll say that because you're not under like fire, that you just automatically pass your computer's check to do that. Because you have a specific one to catch a good video, but since you have time to set it up, it won't be a big deal. If you guys... No, it's short form radio. No, I was right. Don't correct me. These are small scenes that we're doing over electromagnetic frequencies. So, moving around in the ship has been very easy so far because the ship has artificial gravity. As soon as you exit the ship, that artificial gravity is going to go away. Part of the reason that they have the climbing equipment next to the back door is so that as soon as you leave the ship, you're going to start to float away. So they have latches and everything set up so that you can tie yourself to the ship and then tie yourself to the cable through no extra effort. However, navigating in 0G can be difficult if you're trying to do it hastily. Because you guys have the equipment and you have the time, you're going to be able to take 20 on your climbing checks. But if you were not, just as an example, you would have to constantly make athletics checks to pull yourself along the cable or the handholds in wherever 0G you are.
Now I'm glad I am not out there with you guys because they are the two things I am terrible at.
I hate this plan.
Zip average is gonna float away.
I mean, I'm here for Zip.
So
forever.
Because of the gear you have, you guys get a +4 to anything that is meant to be climbed in 0G. And those two things are specifically these cables, because this is what this ship is made for, and a area that has sufficient handholds and footholds, like the inside of a spaceship, because there's so much stuff to touch and grab onto that you could very effectively move yourself around. Now, the standard check for moving through 0G is, with handholds and stuff, is 20. But if you guys take 20, your natural ability plus your clamps will put you well above that. So if you take your time and just go across, it'll take you probably about 15-20 minutes, but you'll make it safe and sound. Question. Are you bringing the goblins?
I mean,
there is enough climbing gear for everyone because it did have a crew complement of 6, and there are currently 4 of you. Yeah, and Horatio is going to watch first.
All we have to do is run faster than the goblins when ship goes south, so we should bring them along.
Sure, if you think you can persuade them to go into 0G with us.
What do you think?
Maybe that's my job. I'm the fast talker.
Yeah, you should probably be the one to persuade them. You'll want to take these 2 helmets.
Great. I don't even know what the reason would be that you're going, so I don't know what I'm going to say to convince them. But let's go!
I'm sure the heart of the cards will do you fine.
Yeah.
So as soon as you start to walk around the corner, the goblins You can hear the goblins moving around the room, excited that somebody has come back to the door.
All right, hey buds.
All right, hey, can we come out? What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you out, and we're gonna go on a little 0G walk. How's that sound?
To where?
To the giant rock behind the spaceship. You've seen it. You're probably familiar.
Yeah,
I don't need to explain rock to you.
I mean, yeah, we've got nothing better to do. It's die over there or die in here by yourself. So, I mean, I guess. Can we have our helmets back though?
Oh yeah, we're not gonna let you. It's not gonna be like that episode of Max School Bus where your head just turns into an ice cube. So let's go.
What? And you say let's go and like walk away, and they're like, what? So you very easily convince them to go with you, and
using my skills and talents.
Yeah, of asking and just telling the truth, and they agree to go with you across the cables to the drift rock.
Great.
So they are suited up as well. They're also going to get the same bonuses, and they would also are going to take 20 while they walk with you. So there are 5 of you getting ready to go. Horatio, you're staying behind.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to do anything? Because it's mostly going to focus on them while they walk across. Do you want to do anything?
I'm going to be monitoring. How much more time do we have till the computers unlock?
Oh, like 5.5 hours. Probably closer to 5.
Are they completely locked, or is it like just? Can I still access any systems on there?
Let me double check. I'm pretty sure they're completely locked out. Let me double check.
The hell?
Boo. You can continue to fuck with it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. So if there's like any iterative checks
you
or
would have to
like that,
physically fuck with it with engineering. You couldn't do computers anymore. You would have to start doing engineering.
Okay. Yeah.
And you can I'll say that since you turned everything back on, from the consoles in the back, you can at least attempt to do that. Okay. You don't have to go all the way back to the bridge to attempt to physically bypass it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So while you guys are doing that, I'm going to be working on gaining. There's other ways to gain access to the ship's computer. And I will do that while making sure you guys can get back in. So
sounds good.
Makes sense.
Maybe you should find a way to drop the cables. I don't know if we should tow the drift rock all the way back to Acreon. We may not need to.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll look into that as well too.
Okay. All right. So, the goblins are going to go first because the airlock only fits 4 people. Actually, the goblins are going to stand on top of each other, and all 5 of you are going to go at once. So one jumps on the other one's shoulders, and the other one they're very excited about what's about to happen. The door closes. Horatio stays inside. You feel everything around you. You feel the pressure in the room start to leave as it slowly depressurizes, and eventually you are once again in that weird silence of space, staring out into a very long trek across a pair of towing cables into a mysterious asteroid. So you guys are going to go very slowly with Shepard across the Drift Rock. The two goblins are on one side with Shepard. Well, actually, you guys can dictate how they go across.
Well, I don't want to get in the way of the shot, so I feel like Horatio has to. Or I'm sorry, Zib has to go first.
Yeah, I'm on point.
Okay.
And the goblins can follow me.
Okay.
There's two sides. We're picking sides.
Yeah.
I'll take the rear. I'll take the rear.
Okay. And you could also all go on the same cable. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So
Whatever's
you guys
clever,
start your very slow trek along the cable. So the way the cable is set up is that it's very, very long, and along it is another smaller cable that is specifically for you guys to latch onto and pull yourselves along. So mostly you're using all upper body, even though it doesn't really weigh anything because you're in zero gravity, but you're pulling yourselves along, and then you're taking your clip off and you're moving it to the other side, and then pulling yourself along, and then doing this over and over again, very carefully as you get to the other side. While this is happening, Horatio, you are attempting to physically bypass the computer lockout. Since they are taking 20, you can either take 10, you can roll, or you can take 20. If you take 20, it will resolve at the same time that they get to the other side.
I'm gonna take 10.
Okay. What's your engineering score?
9.
All right, that's not going to be enough.
Interesting.
So you can either roll or take 20.
Yeah, I will take 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as you guys are making your way across, Horatio is trying to physically bypass the computer lockout by unplugging it and plugging it back in. This takes roughly 20 minutes, and it's billed in 5-minute increments. As you get to the other side, let's see here. Hold on one sec. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. You realize, guys, the goblins, Shepard, Zib, Baxtero, as you get to the other side, the fluorescent beacons that you saw planted at the end of the drift rock, or at the end of the cables, are actually at the entrance of a cavern. And you peer down inside of it, and you can't really see anything. I'm going to assume you guys have flashlights. That was part of the climbing gear.
I would love
Perfect.
that.
It's on the helmet.
But yeah, sure, it's on your helmet. You peer inside and it looks dark, but it clearly goes further into the drift rock. Everybody, please make a physical science check.
Me too, or just them?
Just them. Okay.
Ooh, natural 20
Yeah.
with my -1 to that, 19.
Yeah. So pretty much at the same time, all of you, including the goblins, realize that this isn't a natural formation, and there are clear signs that this cavern was dug out.
Zib, I don't think this is just a rock. It looks like there's a lot more going on here than we expected. That's a man-made cave.
Yeah, but it's like space mining, right? I don't really think I know anything about space mining, but like it's about digging holes and rocks in space.
Probably
So this
right.
seems correct.
But we know what they dug up. Are you sure you want to go down there?
We assume we know what they dug up. There could be treasure in there. I don't know.
There could be treasure in there. Do you want to keep... Oh, wait,
Dogs are made out of treasure, so.
Dog treasure. Okay.
So as you guys are having this conversation, Horatio has successfully physically bypassed the computer lockout.
Oh, congrats.
I hail you guys on the personal communicators and say, hey, I'm in.
I'm in.
Nice.
If this PC
The password is
successfully...
swordfish.
All right, so Horatio.
Yes.
The easiest thing to get to immediately is the crew log.
Okay. So what do I see there?
And you're just kind of like going through it very quickly. And I'm going to read you this, which is from the book. The logs detail the discovery of the drift rock, the crew's initial exploration of the asteroid surface, and the strange geodes they found there. The captain then states that the crew was under attack from monsters that hatched from the geodes they brought back to the ship, which match the description of the Akata, the void dogs that you guys fought earlier.
Interesting.
The next entry is an audio log that sounds very, very frantic. It's much more hurried, and there's sound of combat in the background, and the captain screaming, "There's something else, and it came from the rock. We're going to be overwhelmed. I'm going to open the ship to vacuum. Maybe that'll slow him down." The log's final entry was recorded in engineering, which is where you are, and it shows the captain in his spacesuit. "Purging the air didn't work. I've set the autopilot to continue on to Absalom Station, but we're abandoning ship. We're going to fall back to the rock and try to regroup there. Acreon out." And that's the last entry.
I relay this to the rest of the team.
So Axe and Zib and Shepard receive an audio transmission of those things, so you guys are all now caught up.
I think we should turn back and drop the rock if we can.
Yeah.
Wait. While we're down here, do we know if we can drop the rock from the ship, or maybe we should disengage the cables we're on? Is that a bet? Will that just fling us into space? I'm not good at physics.
I think if you guys get back here, then I can disengage the cables from the rock. But did I hear that correctly? That the survivors might be in the rock?
Yeah. The last thing that he said was, "We're abandoning ship. We're falling back to the rock, and we're going to regroup there."
Yeah.
And your mission was to figure out what happened to the crew.
Sounds like we're going in.
I don't like this, but okay.
Are you afraid of skeletons and space packs?
Not scared of space.
You're from
scared
space.
of situations. I live in space. I was born in space.
Are you?
No,
I mean,
I was
we were all
on
born in
planet.
space, Pax.
But that planet was in space, so technically I'm from space.
It's a beautiful way to look at life.
Yeah, very good, very good. Very good. Well played. So you guys can communicate over the radio to figure out what you guys want to do. Horatio, if you want to gear up and go follow them, you're more than welcome to. But clues do seem to lead to the rock.
Yeah. All right, gang. Yeah, I'm gonna start gearing up.
Okay.
Great.
Alright, we'll see you in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's not as fun as I thought it was gonna be. I'll be honest with you.
What's that?
The trip down was not as fun as I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, well, you know, it was very uneventful because you just made it. You just did it.
Yeah, I'm gonna in post add a lot of shaky cam and overdub some look out.
So
that was a close one.
High tension wire sounds.
Horatio, while you are making your way across, why don't you also make a physical science check? Wow.
Oh.
I know, like the exact atomic composition of the meteor.
That's a big fucking rock.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a rock.
So you learn two very, very important things. One of the things that you learn as you're kind of pulling yourself along and you're looking at the rock as a whole, you realize that one side of the rock seems to have sheared cleanly off, as if it was once part of a larger planetoid or celestial body.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're processing that, you're pulling yourself along, and you start to realize that while the rock looks like a natural formation and has the natural crags of a big piece of rock, it doesn't have any impact craters on its surface, which is weird because it should have been, if it was in space, being bumped into by everything around it.
Interesting.
So this is like one of those fake rocks that you hide your key in?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, you got it.
I get
That's
it.
exactly what it is. Exactly
So
what
what
it
I'm
is.
what I'm inferring is like it was broken off of a much bigger piece of rock.
Correct.
Okay.
And not even really broken off. It specifically says sheared cleanly off. So not like broken, but like cut. Like one side is just whoosh.
Hmm.
So you
Like
make it
slight-
to
like
the other
sliced off.
side. No problem.
Okay.
Do the five of you want to go down into the rock?
Yeah, of course. Let's be winners. Let's fuck the prom queen. Let's go to the rock.
Ah! Carla was the prom queen. Okay.
What?
You've never seen The Rock?
Oh. Yeah, I don't remember what.
You don't remember what
I
it was
don't
about or
remember.
any of the lines from it? Okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
That was one of those like weird movies that was always on in my house and my grandmother's house. Really weird. I've seen it so many times for no reason.
Wasn't it one of those movies that was just constantly on like TMC
Yeah,
or
probably.
or something?
I was
I
in
mean,
a test
I've-
audience. I was in a test audience screening for The Rock before it had a name. A friend and I cut school, and we were in the mall, and we got like literally, we were scouted by two people in like an arcade, and they're like, "Hey, do you guys like want to?" So shady. I was like, "Do you guys want to make some money?" And we're like, and my friend Jackie, because it goes with my friend Jackie, and like she's a very attractive girl at the time. And I was like, the fuck do these two dudes want? And then they're like, yeah, just come with us. And we're like, what? And then they're like, it's a test. Like we're doing screenings for this movie at the movie theater across the street. So we're like, oh, cool. Like it's a closed thing and you have to sign an NDA. And we're like, oh, that's awesome. And then it ended up being The Rock, and it was awesome. Like, but apparently, like it was supposed to be a James Bond movie or something like that originally.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they
that
changed it
makes
to a
sense.
Nicolas Cage movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
With James Bond as the sidekick.
I mean, obviously Connery is playing Bond in that movie.
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if he doesn't realize it.
yeah.
All right. So you guys are at the top of this crater thing. And much like the walk over on the cables, you're able to find handholds that are now benefited from the boot clamps that you picked up in the Acreon. Unfortunately, your carabiners and cables aren't much use here because there's not a whole lot to hook onto, but your clamps and your armor give you enough maneuverability that if you take your time, you can very easily move down the created shaft. The fuck did I call it?
Pernicious dude made a funny joke. Made a very funny joke. And,
Very good.
I'm still laughing. Yeah.
That's my fucking man.
Don't shake your head at that. That's brilliant. It's
Dude,
hilarious.
I wasn't shaking my head. I was. God damn it. Okay. You guys are gonna make your way down. You guys are gonna make your way down into the rock. So let's see if this works. This should work. Didn't work. All right. So as you guys get closer and closer to following, or as you guys go further and further towards the center of the asteroid, the cavern starts to get a little bit smaller until only one of you can fit down the hole at a time. You're relatively comfortable, but you're definitely have to start stacking up to make it through. Who has dark vision and who does not have dark vision?
I'm a regular human guy.
Okay.
So.
But you also have a flashlight.
Yeah.
Which is connected to your helmet. So.
Helmet bone's connected to the.
Vesks have low light vision. So.
Vesk, but do they have dark vision?
No, they have
because
low
it
light
is
vision.
It is dark down here. So, Horatio, you can only really see in the direction that you are pointing your flashlight at, which is connected to your head, which will only be about 60 feet out. Pax, you can see the same, but you can also see a little bit further because you have low light vision. The light creates low light, and you can see that. Shepard obviously has fucking infrared double heat vision, whatever the fuck. Zib, what do you got?
I have the most useless thing for a creature in space, which is that I can sense vibrations in the air with my antennas.
Oh, that's cute.
No, well, if we're, okay. So if we're inside a cave, right? If we're in a cramped space, then you should be acutely aware of anything that's not us. If you can sense vibrations in an enclosed area.
Yeah, like
vibrations in the air.
Do the rocks would? Oh well. Is there even the slightest bit of atmosphere, or is it completely atmosphereless?
I'm gonna say it's completely atmosphereless.
All right, just put those antennae against the rock.
Yeah, I think if Zib put their bug antenna up against the rock, they'd feed.
I'm wearing a helmet. I'm in space.
True.
Yeah, there is no atmosphere to be heard of anywhere around here. Where are my space goblins? I lost my space goblins. Here they are. I lost it again. There it is. All right, and they're just kind of with you. Do you want them to go first? What's the deal?
Yeah, they should go in front ahead of us.
Okay. They're sort of waiting for you. Oh, I accidentally made a wiener. Damn it.
The goblins are the balls.
So you guys are finding your way down this hole. Where would you like to send them?
Well, I think we should check. We don't. I'm just assuming we don't actually know the layout of the cave whatsoever. So.
Well, you see that there's a path left and a path right.
Right.
Here, I'll help you with that.
I see. Well, actually, I see everything right now on roll 20.
Trying to pretend like I can't see all of this.
Yeah,
Typically, I'd say go
fine.
left. Yeah.
Go left. That's how you solve labyrinths, right?
Yeah, like any game or puzzle you're in, just hug the left wall and you'll solve it.
It's fine, guys. It's fine. Don't be. Listen.
There we go. And I've instantly forgot. There is no object permanence for me, so now I
Pax,
don't.
Pax doesn't know what anything is. I keep accidentally picking this dark purple when I mean to pick black. So yeah, y'all are here. Why does it default back to that? That's so fucking dumb.
I would say let's go to the right.
Okay, we'll go right.
Right. So the two goblins sort of start pulling their way to the right side.
Okay.
Let's do that. There, just do that like that. All right, are you guys happy?
Yes, that's actually great.
Yeah, this actually works out really well. I actually did mean to do this earlier, and I forgot. You ever forget? Happened to me.
It's always been like this, because I don't remember anything that was like this before. So
Right. So, are you guys following behind them?
Yeah. I'm going to get my auto pistol out, my semi-auto pistol.
Okay.
I got the pike. I'll go right behind the first goblin.
Okay. So they're going to kind of start to barrel in. And you guys are just going to follow behind them, I guess?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so let me... Okay. The two goblins get to there. And you guys are all sort of stacked up behind them. And hold on one sec. Jesus Christ. So, Max, you can see the front goblin, and as the front goblin crosses the threshold, you see a something.
I kill it.
Now, you see a bullet miss the goblin and plink on the wall behind it. Everybody, please click your character and roll initiative.
Ooh, a 7. I clicked and rolled. I didn't see the tracker come up.
It's because it's just
It's on
I
the
didn't
check sheet.
hit the button yet. I have to hit the button for it to come up. All right. Oh, I never deleted the old ones. Pax got a 7. So this 10 is gone. Zib got a 9, so this 3 is gone. Shepard got a 13, so this 3 is gone. Okay. Alright. Then we're going to add turn here. Add turn here. Find the Space Goblin block. All right. All right. The first thing that is going to happen is this first goblin is going to point their shitty little gun at where they think the shot came from and make a full attack. Okay, so unfortunately, the first attack misses.
The random fire into the dark.
Yeah, the random firing misses. But then the second attack, something really bad happens. Rolls in, and he goes, and you hear him go, oh crap, oh no, not now. And you see smoke start to come off of his fucking janky laser pistol.
We never figured out these guys' names. It don't matter.
Fodder and die first.
So he takes
Pipo, Pepe, and Prince.
Oh, so he has.
It's right. One was Bebo.
Yeah, one was Pipo, right?
Yeah, it was Pipo and
Pipo
Demo.
died.
Pipo died. Demo was the one that went over the other side of the ship, and then you didn't ask them their names.
I think they actually volunteered their names, and I definitely did not write them down.
Yeah.
Skibo, look out! Gunfire.
Okay. Okay. So he and you hear him like yelling over your radios that he broke his gun and that's not going to be his turn anymore. He fucked up. He really fucked up. Like he was just like, yeah, and he just went for it, and it did not work out for him.
I can actually.
So
fix
then,
it, but
immediately after, another shot is going to come through from this mystery assailant. Okay, that hits. Jesus Christ. You gotta find the right die. Oh boy. Okay. So oh boy. So you, Pax, you can just slightly see over the goblin in front of you, and as the first goblin is arguing with his gun and he's trying to like bash it back into place, and you see it smoking, it looks up and you see a bullet explode the inside of their space helmet. It pierces the front of it and it hits that part of the skull where the brain explodes, and it inks the inside of the Space Goblins' helmet, and then they just kind of start floating.
oh
no.
I'll never forget you, Bebop.
guy, yeah.
Not Nemo.
Nemo. Let me double check this gun real quick. I'm pretty sure it shoots bullets.
Remo was my favorite one.
His name wasn't Nemo.
Zemo,
The Tarantino Oblongata. That's fucking funny, dude. I just have to check this gun. Sheeran something or other. You didn't hear me say that.
Ed Sheeran, got it.
Ed Sheeran's here, and baby, he is pissed.
That's the other goblin's name. It was Peepo, Demo, and Ed Sheeran.
Man, looks like a goblin, you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I don't
Ed
know.
Sheeran, if you're watching and you want to do one of those publicity stunt cage fights, let's go.
Let's fucking do it.
You versus Ed Sheeran?
Yeah.
I could see that.
It's not.
You'd have to drop weight to get in your class, though.
Nah, I'll fight up. I don't care.
Well, I can't
usually-
find this gun, so it's gonna do what I say it does. How's that sound?
Alright. I hope jam is what you say it does.
No, it does not. Absolutely not. Okay, so it is now Horatio's turn.
Okay, so that guy's dusted.
Oh,
Our
he
goblin friend's
is.
dusted.
You can see all of his thoughts on the inside of his helmet.
The blood just says fuck.
I'm in the back of everybody, pulling up the rear. So that's not going to help too much. I don't have. I'm just looking. I've been looking at stuff. I can't remember if help action is a thing in Starfinder like it is in Pathfinder. Am I correct?
What's your end goal?
I want to help our big lizard dude see a little better.
Okay.
Wow, that works.
Oh, I do have a flashlight. Okay. I actually have flashlight in my thing. So,
Oh yeah, everybody has a flashlight.
so can I scooch over here and shine light into this hallway
That
as like
area?
a help action?
You
as like
can
a-
just do that. You don't need to actually like do a help action. You can just so if you were to shine light into here, it would only really get into like this area right here.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, yeah, sure. You can do that. You just do that as that'll be your action. You don't need to like help or anything. Help is more like the two of us are going to push this boulder. That's what help is.
Okay.
And everybody has a flashlight that's attached to their helmet. But it's just specifically, I think Pax can see further, Shepard can see further, Zib can feel what's in the air tonight, and you can only see what is lit up.
Okay.
Because you have those human eyes.
Do I have any visual confirmation on anything that would have fired that shot?
No.
Interesting.
So it's going to be Shepard's turn. So Shepard is going to try to... So moving around in 0G is very tough. And you can't take 20 on it now that you're in combat.
Mm-hmm.
So to move your speed, you have to make a certain amount of athletics check. And Shepard is going to attempt to make an athletics check to move past everybody by just using the handholds to sort of squish through. And if you fail, you kind of just... Okay, so Shepard isn't going to be able to do that. Let me read something quick. Because that seems silly that they would have you... That they would set it up like this. I see. Okay. It's kind of wishy-washy. But to do that, yeah, he's gonna have to make an athletics check. But I'm gonna lower the check to 15 because you should be able to move. It's kind of silly that you can't move. I don't know if I'm reading it incorrectly. Okay, so Shepard scampers through here and ends up kind of like right below. His body has now sort of floated away, right below where below is also relative. We're in 3-dimensional space. Everything is floating. There's no gravity, and they are going to look in the room to see if they can see anything by making a perception check. Come on, Shepard. And they are going to take a shot at what they think they see. And they miss. Terribly. Embarrassingly.
0G, it's hard to shoot.
So Zib, it's your turn.
Great. Where the fuck am I'm like in this tunnel? I don't know how this works exactly, but I do have limited telepathy. Can I try and brain talk to what is shooting at us?
I think you have to see it. I think you have to see it. And I think they specifically say that so that you don't do what you're about.
Let's see.
Oh, well, here's what it says. Humans can communicate telepathically with any creature within 30 feet with whom they share a language. Conversing telepathically with multiple creatures simultaneously is just as difficult as listening to multiple people speak. Doesn't say anything about having to see it.
Yeah, so I don't know. I brain shout into the room.
What do you brain shout?
Whoa, 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 whoa! Stop shooting. We're cool.
Make a persuasion check.
What now?
Persuasion. Diplomacy.
Diplomacy. What the fuck?
Nice.
My best skill.
Yeah, you rolled a 1. Okay.
Oh. Should have used one of my abilities. Whatever.
And you receive a message back that just says, no.
Well.
But that wasn't really your turn. I mean, that was just sort of a that was kind of like a speaking thing. So you still have the rest of your turn to do something.
I don't know how I'm gonna like get past everybody in the tunnel to shoot a gun. So
you could scamper through and get to the end of the tunnel if you made an athletics check.
That's gonna be funny because I'm gonna do it just because it's gonna be funny.
Actually,
always a good reason to do it.
What?
Hey,
nailed it.
Don't have any points in that. Game sucks.
What are you talking about? You nailed it.
Yeah.
I suck at the things I'm good at. I'm good at the things I suck at.
You got a natural 20 and yeah.
I'm the worst bug who's ever lived. This is why I ran away from the hive.
Weird. I'm looking for something specific.
We trained them to do something very well, and they fail constantly. But everything we've trained them not to do, they do amazing. With no experience, Zib is perfect.
Do Sheeran have a climb speed?
A climb speed?
Yeah.
I think it's their normal movement speed.
Yeah. Do Yosoki have a climb speed?
It's isn't it? Isn't it there? Like,
I'm looking for the thing. Like the specific thing that says whether or not
30 feet.
Where does it say that?
I'm on the SRD.
Because if you have a climb speed, Sheeran You don't need to make a check.
Yeah, what I'm seeing here is that you move. It's your full movement. You can double your movement with a successful athletics check, but you take a -5 penalty.
Really?
Yeah. So Zib can move twice his movement, unless you say that that's a 15, and then I guess it's up to you whether or not he passed the difficulty check.
This is dumb. I don't like this. I don't know where this is going. Hold on, we got a rules lawyer real quick.
Got it. You lawyer up them rules.
Okay. This is... Alright, so the way that we're going to play it is that you can move up to your speed. You don't have to make a check. See, it says racial speed, but it doesn't actually say what the speed is, because there's different speeds for different things. Like, certain races should have a land speed, and a climb speed, and a flight speed, and whatever. So we're just going to say that because of your equipment, you all can move up to your speed. But if you do anything crazy, you have to make a check. How's that sound?
Great.
Perfect. Okay. Zib Beverage, please do something cool.
Can I even move that far? Wait. How big are squares? 5 feet? Yeah.
5, yeah.
I move like here, I guess.
Oh, you okay. So the one caveat of that is you have to move along a wall, but you could right there because you'd still be sticking out from the wall. Yeah, that'll work.
Okay.
And if you want, you can kick off that wall and land on another wall on the other side, but that would require a proper athletics check to stop properly and grab yourself on the other wall and not just bounce off of it. That's what we're going to do until I figure this shit out. So why don't you make a perception check?
Beep, boop, beep, beep, boop.
Okay. I have to read this fucking thing real quick because I didn't know it was going to be a thing. I got too many goddamn books, you guys. But in like a good way?
Yeah. The Good Book. I'm familiar.
This is really jamming.
It looks like you're powering up the way your hair is blowing around.
Yeah. Dude.
The power
Okay.
of
So, Zib, you see I have to look up another thing. Jesus. I'm just kidding. I love games.
Tabletop games. I mean, what's nice is there are rules for it. At least you can be sure of that.
No, this is something completely fucking different. Okay, so Zib, you see two people right next to each other. Almost right on top of each other in the same square. behind a boulder, pinning themselves between an outcropping and the wall, using that as a perch to both give them cover and shoot at you guys.
Oh man.
Yep.
Poor Debo.
Dude, his head got popped.
He got punked for no reason.
So Zib, you still have an action.
Do my grenades come back in between sessions?
Do they come back? No.
Like, can I reload grenades?
No, you have grenades and you don't have them.
Okay.
There is a perk that lets you make them, but your character cannot. You have to be a robot to do that.
Alright, I thought I'd ask. I don't know shit about space. I don't know what shooting these people seems like a mistake. But
I think we need to absolutely shoot them. Like,
I don't know, this is whatever.
they shot first.
Okay. You try to aim up your lightning shotgun. Would you roll a 13? And
Is that even? I might be too far.
it is too far. But so you miss regardless. But yeah.
Didn't think about that.
You see them duck behind their boulder, but what's important is that you notice, because you got such a high perception check, they both are doing the same thing at the same exact time.
Oh.
Paxturo, it's your turn.
Okay, well, I don't see any of this going down, so I'm gonna just move into the room and sort of stop where Shepard is along the wall till I see something.
Okay.
Okay,
You can pause there and look around for a minute and then continue your move, but you can't actually do any actions.
Okay, so I can see them. I'm not gonna do any actions then. I'm gonna pause there and then I'm gonna kick off this wall and try and just like float across the room at them.
Okay, please make an athletics check.
I'd like to, yeah, I was gonna say, I definitely want to make the athletics.
Okay, absolutely.
Sorry, didn't mean to click it twice.
No,
Okay.
yeah, you make it and land wherever you want to land.
Cool.
So the check is to basically grab yourself and pin yourself against the wall and not bounce off of it and then just be floating in space, because that's
Right,
really
so
bad.
So there's a big floating Vesk that just moved across this entire room and grabbed onto the wall.
Correct.
Since I can't do anything else this turn, I am done.
Okay. It's going to be the other goblin's turn. That goblin is going to scamper across the wall and grab the body of the other goblin, and you see it scamper across the wall and then like grab the body and turn it so that he can look at it in like some like weird attempt to just be like, "Are you going to be okay?" And it realizes that it doesn't have a face anymore.
Yeah.
So it just turns and tries to take a shot at what are these guys? It might actually have hit it. Shit.
Well, that'll make things more complicated.
Yeah, shit, it hit it. So it shoots at this person behind the boulder. And does an amount of damage that is equal to 1. It does 1 damage to it. Wonderful.
One entire damage.
And that's going to be the end of its turn. Horatio, it's your turn.
Okay, so do I have a bead on? Can I actually see what's been going on down here?
You can't. Like... You would have to get into the room, but pretty much as soon as you do, since everything's kind of happening at the same time, you would have an understanding of where the person should be. Just remember that you can only see what's in front of your helmet. Like if you were to try to use your peripheral or anything, you can't see any of that stuff.
All right, I'm gonna walk into the room. How far do I see now with my normal human vision?
So if you're looking in this direction, you will see everything in the room.
That's fine. Yeah. That's. So, can I easily identify what like who these assailants are? Are they humanoid or are they?
Why don't you make a life sciences check?
Is that my action for the turn, or is it just?
No, this is just you're just using your eyeballs real quick. Okay, you see a pair of blue-haired, blue-skinned androids, and you can tell that they're androids because of the telltale cybernetic veins that go through their faces.
Full of milk.
Full of milk.
Grease them up. I'm greasing them.
Okay. Let me read this real quick to figure out how this works in zero gravity.
At that point, it's just like blind them, right? Just globes of grease.
They wouldn't be able to. Basically, they wouldn't be able to pin themselves in between the wall and the boulder to gain their cover, the way that they had been. Regardless, are you greasing them or are you greasing the wall?
I'm greasing them. I'm like shooting at them with grease.
So you're going to grease them up, which means that they're not going to be able to get a handhold at anything.
I wanted to be like that scene from Passengers when it goes 0G and Jennifer Lawrence is in the pool. Yeah. Like that's what's happening here.
Yeah. I was thinking of Homer eating potato chips in zero gravity also. Or like, God bless the whitest kids you know, the zero G sketch. It's like, I'm gonna drink this soda I brought in the space shuttle. Just find him.
Okay, so she is going to make a reflex save. She fails, and she's greased up. She can no longer apply the proper amount of pressure to pin herself to the wall, and she is going to gain the off-kilter. Oh, she might not.
Just slippery.
Yeah, but she's definitely slippery. Yeah, so she sort of pops out and oh shit, she didn't take a turn. Fuck.
Too busy being greasy.
Yeah, her initiative is actually 19, but since I forgot to put her in there, I'm just going to put her in there right after you. Fuck. Okay, so she is floating around a little bit. She can't perform. She can't wedge herself in there the way that she wants to, obviously. Do you want to do anything else?
But that's my action for the turn as I walked in, sprayed them down. I guess how much more movement do I have left?
None. They have to stay separate. It's two separate things. You can't mix them up.
Yeah. I guess I'm there then. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so it's going to be her turn. Okay, so as she kind of like pops out, she you see her start to float, and she kind of was like wriggling because she wanted to grab onto the wall but she can't, and you see both of these people who are doing the exact same thing right next to each other suddenly just stop spinning as you see tiny little jets of propulsion pop out of their back, and they suddenly just stabilize in midair, and they take a shot at Horatio. Horatio, what is your kinetic AC?
35. Just kidding.
No,
13.
13?
Yeah.
Okay, so she hits you.
Okay.
For a lot.
Okay.
Nope. No, not for a lot. She hits you for 4.
That sucks.
Just as she stopped, I'm sorry, she hits you for 3.
Okay.
Just as she stops spinning, she lets a bolt loose, and it hits you in the shoulder. And you don't like that very much at all. But because you're holding onto the wall, you don't have to, regain yourself either. Okay, it is Shepard's turn. Shepard is going to try and scamper to here and shoot her. Shoot her. Shepard misses. Great job, Shepard. Zib, it's your turn.
Oh. I'm gonna get on the other side of the boulder. And then fire my shotgun.
You're going where?
Like, I don't... Here?
Sounds good.
But scrolling. Hi.
Oy vey. You miss.
Having a weird one.
Yeah, you're upside down, and she's upside down compared to you, but at the whole time you're wondering which one of you is upside down and which one of you is right side up, and then you pick your gun up and it's upside down, and so you have to flip it over, and then you shoot and you miss.
Hey, I didn't hit myself this time.
Hey man, listen. You gotta shoot yourself at least once to understand. It's your turn. So they are actually going to be not attached to the wall anymore. They're actually more like right here in this spot ahead of Pax. Pax, you gonna stab him?
Actually, no. I think I'm gonna try something weirder. I'm gonna try to disarm. I'm gonna try and grab the gun out of the one's hands closest to me.
Okay.
If I understand the rules right, I just have to beat their KAC with a melee attack.
Well, actually, they could have been simplified from the really, really weird contest options that they had in Pathfinder First Edition. So, disarm combat maneuver 246.
If it's too much, I will just stab with a spear.
So you need to hit their kinetic AC +8.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna stab with a spear. Fuck that
Yeah,
shit.
so that would be a bunch.
Okay. So taking a swing.
All right.
20 hit.
Yep, got her.
All right. Can I cleave since they're technically in the same spot?
Oh, actually, hold on. Okay, so as you stab at her, the holograph that was next to her disappears. And there's just one person there.
Oh, shit.
Can I cleave to her?
You know what? I'm gonna say you can.
All right, sweet. So this is at a negative. This is at a -2. So just take 2 off of this. Does 21 hit?
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely.
I hit her for 8.
Yeah. So you're a giant lizard in zero gravity holding onto the inside of a carved out asteroid. In front of you is a greased up operative who has a holographic clone of themselves next to them. They're floating in space and they stabilize themselves with their jump jets. You reach out and you stab them and realize that you stabbed the holograph, and then you real quick pull back and stab again, and you get them right in the side and flip them and deal a load of damage. As soon as I figure out how math works. Okay, good. Here we are.
Stabilizing myself on the wall with my tail so I can just put all of my force into the shot.
Perfect. All right. It is the other goblin's turn. The goblin is going to start. You can't really see this, but they're going to start fucking around with their dead friends' equipment.
Okay.
That's going to be their whole turn. Horatio.
Rustling. Okay.
You don't hear anything. You're in space.
There is no up in space.
All right.
Space North.
I'm gonna move here. And yeah, I'm gonna just daze him. Let's take him out.
All right. Has to make a will save of 14. And they unfortunately save. They rolled a 18.
Okay. I yell at them. Who are you?
Can they answer on their? So
6 seconds. So
it's a free action.
What would she say? She would say, just a bounty hunter, getting my bounty. And then it was going to be Shepard's turn. Shepard is going to take a full attack. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Horatio, you can't be there.
Why not?
You have to be here. Because you have to...
ceiling. Holding on to the
ceiling. Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
dude, I didn't even think of that. Shit.
Hey.
Yeah, flats down. Yeah, never mind, I forgot I said anything. Yeah.
It just
Fuck.
is close range, so I figure if I'm in an adjacent square, that I should be Gucci.
Yeah, that's... Yep.
I like how honest this android is. Look, any lie would have worked. Nah, I'm a bounty hunter. All right, cool.
Why did their turn disappear? It should be their turn. That's so... Oh, because I deleted one. Shit. Deleted the wrong one. No shit. So it's their turn. Let me see what other shit she has. She is going to attempt to make a trick attack on Paxter.
Right? Feel like trick attack should be an auto hit on Pax.
No, it's something
people.
where they they use their stealth to trick you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that sounds about right. Puts one hand up, look over here, then just punches Pax in the face.
How did you do that?
That's amazing. Teach me your ways. You went invisible.
Okay. With a DC equal to 20 plus buff, if you succeed. Alright, she's going to use her stealth to... You don't get to save against this, which is weird. Where the hell's her stealth?
As far as flavor goes, that seems right.
Yeah, because it says for a trick attack, the DC is equal to 20 plus your target's CR. It doesn't say anything about what it should be for a character.
So what's my challenge rating?
I don't know. I don't know, Pax. What do you think your challenge rating is?
9. I would say it's just use your like character level, probably.
Yeah. 2.
Yeah.
2 sounds good. So 22. Beat that. Seems like you'd never want to use a trick attack though, if it's 20 plus your CR.
Okay. So she misses. She rolled really low.
Yeah. It'd have been easier to shoot me.
Yeah. So she kind of like tries to flip herself upside down with her jump jets and do a cool little like backflip in space and shoot you, and she totally misses. And at the end of her turn, she does this backflip, tries to shoot Pax, completely misses, and then Pax, while she's looking at you, she just lets go of her gun.
Seems like a good plan.
And it is Shepard's turn. Shepard notices her let go of her gun, and he says, Starfinders, I will not engage, but I will prepare. And you see him plant himself on the side of the wall and aim his gun, ready to shoot her if she does something not nice. So she is now just kind of like standing there like this, sort of very slowly spinning in space. Zip Beverage, it's your turn.
I want to talk to her telepathically again.
Okay, go ahead.
We cool now?
We cool now.
Great.
And with that, we can end combat. Is everybody comfortable with that?
I ain't gonna kill her. We're good.
Yeah, nobody, like, next would be Pax. Pax watched her drop her gun. The goblin is concerned with his goblin friend, and then it would be just Horatio afterwards. So yeah, if we're cool with cutting it, yeah. So...
I'm just gonna watch her spin and think of the Blue Danube, just that scene from 2001.
Yeah, she popped her one goblin, but other than that, I mean,
we didn't even know his name.
Yeah.
And you hear from the corner, his name was Grix.
Yeah, we'll all miss Bebo.
Yeah.
It was Peepo, Demo, Grix, and then some fourth goblin whose name you have yet to learn.
Simo. I think it's time to interrogate the heck out of this.
Yeah, so she is sort of, remember, she's still greased up, but she is floating in the air, but has stabilized because of her jump jets. But she's very slowly, like, she let go of her pistol, and then she reached back and pulled her rifle out and let go of that, and is now just kind of standing there, floating in space.
I'm gonna let the talkie people deal with the interrogation. I'm gonna collect her firearms.
Okay.
So you can stand there and keep flexing and intimidating while we do.
I can do that too, but like, so every time her jump jet stabilize her, I just like push a little bit to keep her spinning.
You know, I already surrendered. I don't. Come on.
It is kind of funny to watch you spin, though.
So she goes, fine. And she has one jump jet just set at like 1%, and she just very slowly continues to spin around.
Pax is happy. He's going to collect the weapons.
So you pick up a tactical Sheeran eye rifle and an azimuth laser pistol.
Another one? Okay.
Yeah. Those are pretty, like, dime a dozen bargain bin. Like, this is, if you need a laser gun, like, this is what you're gonna get.
We come out of a vending machine as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, chuck me those magazines, by the way.
Toss the mag. Just get them over to Horatio.
The Sheeran rifle has projectiles. It has 25 long arm rounds.
Yeah, I just pulled it. It's not the elite one, it's just the normal one.
No, it's the tactical Sheeran eye rifle, and I can't seem to find it in the book.
I got it. I just want to make sure to add the correct one to my shit.
It's a sniper weapon. That's why I couldn't find it. Because I was looking in the wrong goddamn section.
I got the Ed Sheeran rifle up, so I'm just going to add it to my equipment.
Beer bag. Grab a drink.
Okay. Yeah, let's take 5 before we interrogate this person, and then we'll probably go for another like half hour, 45 minutes, and be done.
I am down for that.
All right.
Sounds good. Tactical Ed Sheeran eye rifle does
When you're coming from the black, you want a place that reminds you of home. You want traditional foods like our Eoxians cadaver digits, fresh fried every cycle, or tacos made the Spath anyway, flavored with real asteroid sauce. With quality finding up with a syndicate, but at prices any corporate collar can afford. So after you dock, head over to the eye. We're open all cycle, every cycle. Ready to treat you like family, hive mind, or brood clutch. Spacies, you're gonna like the food you eat from the restaurant that I own.
Hey, thanks for watching Dead Sundays. You can watch the rest of this adventure in part 2, and you can catch us live on Sundays at 7 p.m. Eastern only on twitch.tv/LogarTheOgar. Thank you, OBS, for your service towards the streaming community. Please check out and donate to the OBS Project's Patreon. OBS is a free broadcasting software that I've been using for years and wouldn't want to use anything else. Thank you to Sirenscape, who allows us to use their dynamic sound generator to provide the background music and sound effects that you're hopefully enjoying right now. Sirenscape is a wonderful program with a ton of pre-crafted and IP-specific soundscapes available for a monthly subscription to make your tabletop games sound as epic as they play. Thank you to Roll20, a web-based tabletop RPG client allowing users around the world to play tabletop games together as if they were in the same room. Roll20 is a free-to-use service, but offers a low-cost monthly subscription option for extra tools that I use because I use Roll20 all the time. And thanks to Paizo for making Starfinder, for making Pathfinder, and for supporting the United Paizo workers.